Hello. Welcome, children of the night. Welcome to Blood City, a Chicago by Night Chronicle. Last time, Sparkles actually had to step out for a minute, and we had a great guest star. We were able to finally finish the one interesting quest given to the coterie by Alan Sovereign to double their money of $10,000. Very interesting thing for a vampire to do. But they were able to do this by interacting with the Capone Gang back from the dead. Not Al Capone himself, but his gang was there. The coterie was able to, for them, evict some unwanted vampires, and thus earn the money that they are trying to get. My name is David Tveraas. I'm your storyteller tonight. I'd like to, as always, let the players all introduce themselves. Tell us about yourself and your characters. Let's start with Jolene. Tell us about Sparkles.
Good morning, everyone. We are playing Sparkles, who is Macavian clan. She appears to be around 15, and she really likes Kudo Loli, so anything with blood, anything fun and circusy. And this is her favorite companion and bestest friend in the world, George, with a J. So you'll get to see us run around and do fun things.
Fantastic. Nigel, why don't you tell us about Father O'Shea?
Well, my name is Nigel Sanford, or Nubs the Zombie in the chat. I play Father O'Shea, a vampire from Derry, Ireland, who is kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop with having a recent run-in with a La Sombra elder, who he's a fellow La Sombra, but they sit at opposite ends of the coin.
Fascinating. Zook, how about you tell us about Dr. Joseph Murray?
Good evening, everybody. My name is Dr. Joseph Murray. I'm a doctor, a surgeon, who specializing in blood magic, which might come up a bit recently with the amount of dreams I've had about the end of the world and the death of all these guys. So that'll be an interesting thing to figure out what's happening.
Quite ominous. Now, Harry, please tell us about yourself and Bogdan.
Yes, I'm Harry, host of Saratoga by Night and Celebrity Cat on YouTube, and I play Bogdan, the Toreador, and he's currently doing pretty well, having just maybe put to rest the spirit of his girlfriend, so he's feeling good, but I have the feeling that's not going to last.
Who knows? Nights, they can carry so many different happen. Speaking of what these nights hold, please check out Chicago by Night, the book that this is all based on, Chicago Folios, some of the games that we'll be playing tonight. Also, Cults of the Blood Gods, and definitely, if you're on the other side of all this, Hunter the Vigil Kickstarter. Looks pretty amazing. Now to our story. So, Sparkles, what were you doing while everyone was playing last week? What was Sparkles up?
Oh, so I was helping Harold gathering some items for possibly more minions.
Oh, George is gonna have some brothers and sisters. Sparkles is gonna start an army. Okay, so the coterie, having accomplished their task, is now presenting what you've done to Alan Sovereign. Once again, you all meet in the Blue Velvet, which has become your common meeting place. It's just a nice establishment, your own kind around, nice smooth jazz, and blue light and red liquid flowing. Not just from the great fountain that you've helped create, but at the bar as well. Able to satiate yourself. Alan Sovereign sits on a very comfortable, and he waits for all of you to approach.
This was Sparkle's quest originally, correct?
Okay, I will walk up there with all of us and I will curtsy and say, "Good evening, Mr. Allen. We have returned from our little quest that you gave us the other week."
Quest, that's a quaint way to put it, but yes, a week is up, so what have you done?
And so I will have the someone else talk about what you guys did exactly, because we were out having fun and doing other quest things.
Yes, we certainly had trouble initially, but rather quickly we were able to find gainful employment and turn that 10,000 into 20.
So you worked for it, and of course, Sparkles, it appears you delegated the responsibility to the rest of your coterie. Interesting strategy. I think I approve. So where's the money?
So I will look at George and I will say, "Please, George, we're going to give Mr. Allen his money."
So rifles through the cash. Yes, this appears to be all in order. Have a little bit of white powder on it. I'm not quite sure what that is. Here, you can keep this. I don't need it. What was that, Father O'Shea? Were you about to speak?
It's best you don't ask questions about.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. We'll make sure that this money goes to a very good use.
Sure it will. I will keep my eye on this coterie of yours. You do seem to be the up-and-comers in this town.
Very well, then if there's nothing else, have a good evening, mister.
You 5 as well. Gives a little wink to George.
Real quick for my notes, what was his name again?
Name is Alan Sovereign.
Alan Sovereign. He's a friend of the.
Very influential kindred. Close ties to Prince Jackson.
If you ever need any bling, Mr. Sovereign, give me a call.
Keep that in mind. Just then.
Yes, we won the bet. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. If you're going to say something, go for it.
I was going to say, even though we did win the bet, if we can ever be of use to you or your associates, please let us know.
I seem to be alright at the moment, but I'll keep that in mind. It looks like somebody else might need your assistance. He points generally in a direction where Alexis Santos is sort of lurking in the shadows a bit.
Hey, that might be something more in my wheelhouse. With that, I'm going to wander up to Alexis and kind of nod to her, as well as say, "Good evening, Alexis. Is there something I could do for you?"
I think so. You've handled matters like this before. I've heard. By heard, I mean I've seen. Maybe this will become your specialty. Masquerade breaches. Seems to be another one recently. Instead of Dark Angels or whatever your last one was about, this one they call them Nightwalkers. Might want to check out this web page. Oh, that's right. Probably have a problem with electronics. You might need help with your coterie. I'm following up some leads on where a tally might be. So I'll be preoccupied. However, if you can take care of this task, I guarantee to bring you up to speed on my current hunt.
Hey, and I'm pretty sure somebody in my coterie can work a computer and learn about Nightwalkers.
Excellent. Please figure out what's going on here, resolve it, and report back as usual. I've got to go. She darts away.
Quick and to the point.
What was that?
I said, God go with you, as she leaves.
So what did you want, Father?
It appears there's a website. She wrote down the URL for me or something. We need to check it out and see what's what in regards to a masquerade breach.
All right, I'll plug in the URL if you give it to me.
Yeah, give it to me.
Brilliant. I'll plug in the URL, hit enter, see what I find.
So you see this website, it's this Nightwalkers investigation of paranormal. The top hit there, it's a blog post by the main proprietor of this website, whose name I'll pull up right now. His name is Vitus Varnus. Considers himself a paranormal investigator, but apparently he's struck gold, but he seems very frightened. He's talking. There's a the blog post explains how last week somebody offered him a job to clean out a basement. He went there to clean out the basement and found that there wasn't a lot of work to be done. However, he was attacked, and now it's pretty clear from the way that it words it that he's and now he's trying to frantically figure out how to deal with this life. And he's posting it all over the blog.
All right, we need to immediately. I'm going to see if I can buy up the domain name and shut it down. But then we also need to figure out where this guy is. So is the blog hosted via another, like a company or another a service of some kind, or is it just his own thing?
It's his own blog.
Shit, that'll make it more difficult.
So you can do a who is search, and we can find out his name and location.
Yep.
So that's easy enough. You can find his location. Are you going to try to take down his website as well?
Yes, I'm going to see what I can do. Contact service providers, or if I have to, I'll contact some hackers to see if they can bring.
I think the hackers would be a better way to go.
Just DDoS the website.
Perhaps the Nosferatu themselves might enjoy the practice.
That's probably a good call. Do you know where I can find them? Phone number?
I don't know, David. Do I?
Carrier pigeon signal.
Smoke signals.
Probably not. Yeah, I don't think you have any Nosferatu contacts, do you?
None on paper. And my ritual, I don't think would penetrate obfuscate.
Look, if we know where he lives, then let's just get there right now. We can take down the website from his personal computer.
There's nothing to say he isn't a reasonable man. If he's seeking knowledge, If we teach him, perhaps he'll do it himself after he sees reason.
Oh, I know. Maybe we can make a user count and say, "Hey, we know other people like you," and arrange to meet.
Do we have his address though?
But that could go very bad, Sparkles.
Yes.
If it goes south, then we go down with him.
I'd much rather hit him in his home. I mean, not hit him. I don't have any intention to harm this man.
Well, I mean, that's what decoys are for, right?
I suppose I'd just prefer to go directly to his place of residence. Surprise is our friend, really.
Okay, but I mean, say you get him talking on the phone. Maybe you can do some kind of phone trick.
Maybe.
But who's to say he's even checking his messages at this moment?
Well, what happens if we scare him? Then he disappears and we don't find him until he pops up somewhere else, causing another masquerade breach.
I know, let's ask Leia.
Are you going?
Wasn't that one of the hounds I worked with in Nosferatu?
Yes.
David, I'm going to look around and... Oh, wait. Gabriella did give me her contact info. I recall. Yes.
Perfect.
Well, there you go.
I have her number, but I cannot use it.
Here, I'll give her a call.
Well, this is all in my head. I've got to explain it to you, but yeah. Bogdan, one of my fellow hounds is a Nosferatu. She's a bit more direct than most hackers, but she definitely could point us in the right direction, and this is akin to something she would enjoy doing.
Perfect. I'll give her a call.
And I hand him the number.
Who?
Calling Gabriella?
Yes.
You hear a ringing behind you.
Ah!
You called? He's standing right there.
God, don't do that. Oh my goodness. Yes. We need a website taken down. Or just made inoperative for a little...
As well as finding out where it comes from.
Oh, happy to provide services. You know, that's my main function. What is this about?
A potential masquerade breach.
Yeah, hound work.
Yep. How much will it cost?
Oh, should have led with that. Totally bury. Normally only bury my enemies. Yes. I think we can do this. What's the website?
I'll give her the address.
Oh, Nightwalkers. Spot on. Yes, this will have to be taken care of, and you have to be aware that since the site is currently taken down, others may have already seen this. Damage control may be in order.
That's correct.
Consider it done. This website will not full 15 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Excellent.
And will you be able to give us an address so we can go talk to this person directly immediately?
You've already uncovered a home address.
Oh, okay. So we should head there immediately, I guess.
Yep. I'll give Shane a call. Tell him to come pick us up.
Sounds like a plan.
Shane drives right up there. He takes you to the location. It's an apartment complex. Very, very low rent area. Yes?
On the way, I'm gonna mention to the others. The thought just occurred to me that this masquerade breach is entirely because somebody embraced without permission.
Yep.
He was on a ghost hunt and he got embraced. So we may have to deal with him and then go and find his sire.
I know you've got some loyalties, Father, but I gotta say, I really hate this whole business of having to put newly embraced kindred on trial. It's always, I don't know, it's out of their control. It seems fucked up.
And as long as they're willing to toe the line, I'm more than willing to go to bat for each and every one of them. But the simple fact is they have to present themselves. It's one of our traditions.
Of course.
I'm going to cover George's ears and I'll say, those are adult words, George. Don't listen to them.
Was Gregory Johnson the person who sired outside previously we had a problem with? I wonder if this is the same person or if this is a completely separate case.
We already turned that guy over to the helm.
Oh, did we? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he didn't even escape the room.
Goddamn.
Oh yes, that was the guy that we found.
Well, then let's go.
I thought we was already in the car on the way.
Oh yeah, I thought no, we've pulled up in front of the apartment, yeah?
Yeah, that's correct.
So let's go get this guy.
Do you just all go into the apartment complex?
Yes, we should probably
want to go up the fire escape or a different way.
What's the lighting situation?
It's fairly early at night. Most people have the lights still on. The main hallway has lights. This isn't some sort of like, this is a very lived-in apartment. There's lots of people there.
Oh, we didn't do rouse checks for the night, did we?
No, I'm gonna say that you're in an even keel since you showed up at the Blue Velvet with plenty of drinks around.
Alright.
Just this one time. Consider it a bonus.
Hell yeah. Alright, Bogdan is not going to be subtle. He's going to go look at the mailboxes to see who's in what apartment, and then he's going to take the elevator up, if there is one.
I'll be right with you.
I'm going to look for fire alarms in case we need to evacuate the building.
Okay, and after he tells us which apartment number, we're going to go up the fire escape or scale up the building, whichever way is more fun and faster.
Right, so his apartment number is apartment number 307. You can see it clearly marked. There's a little buzzer for it.
I don't think we should buzz, should we?
How direct do you want to be?
Oh, we're here in an official capacity as with me as a hound, so if we want to kick in the door and go in guns a-blazing, then we can. Or we could try the diplomatic route. I think that diplomatic but with teeth bared is the best policy.
I agree, but we shouldn't let him know we're coming.
I have a question real quick. Did we read any of his blog posts? I know you mentioned briefly what they were about, but what is the sense we're getting from them? Is he worried that he's been turned? Is he shocked?
He's quite frightened. He did not know what is going on with him. He said that he ate a rat, and he's just confused on what's going on. He's got no heartbeat. He's very frightened.
So we should take that into consideration. He's not threatening. He's not, spreading it like Leia was. So I don't think we need to go in guns blazing. Anything with support capacity, I think, would be the best.
I agree. Like we're the long-lost uncle about to show him the way.
A little creepy coming from a priest, but yeah.
All right.
So which method are we taking? So Jolene, you're going up the fire escape?
Yep.
And Bogdan and I will go through the front door while she does that. That way we have everything. Wait, Idea. David, does his apartment have a window?
Yes. I believe that's probably, yeah, it's on the third floor though. But yeah, if you go up the fire escape with Sparkles, you probably could get to it.
Or I do my bird's eye.
Oh, just to look inside?
Yeah, see if he's even there.
Okay. Is that what you're gonna do? You're gonna peer through?
Yeah, I'm gonna project my senses through the shadows and whatnot to see if he's even. We got a success on the rouse check.
You see that the window is completely boarded up, but the lights are on inside.
He's probably scared of the light.
It appears he could be home. I can't get in because he's boarded up the window, and what's inside has all the lights on. So, back to the original plan. Sparkles, I motion to the fire escape. If you wouldn't mind working your magic, and we'll go through the front door.
Okay, so I'm still going up the fire escape, yes?
Yes. Do you want to do so stealthily, or are you just gonna slowly to your way up the fire escape, and whoever sees you, whatever?
Oh no, I'm just going to do it very stealthily, so I will.
How is Lolita used as a verb? What exactly does that entail? To Lolita something?
Well, you know.
Mildly frightened.
Yeah, Lolitas are always very inconspicuous.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, Hunger Games.
Or are you using Obfuscate?
Yes.
Cool. Alright, well, nobody sees you, but you gained hunger. Yeah, so you're completely invisible, you make your way up. Are you going to try to just enter through that floor? Or do you want to try to break through the boarded up window?
I think the boarded up window would cause too much of a commotion, so I'll probably walk around or scale around. Maybe there's another window or something.
Yeah, there's other apartments with windows that aren't boarded up.
Oh, that's a good idea.
But there may be people in them. But you're invisible, so that
That's
doesn't
okay.
matter.
Are they sleeping people? Because I do like sleeping people. And I'm feeling a little munchy.
Yeah, you probably can find an apartment with the lights out where somebody went to bed early. Like this. But people do it.
Excellent. So while they do the other thing, I'm gonna go and take a peek into the other windows, like a little creeper.
There's you do find the apartment of a middle-aged woman who has already taken to bed. You proceed to hunt or feed.
Yes.
Please describe your approach.
So as she is sleeping, I will approach her and I will admire her sleeping beauty, and I will take a bite and sink my fangs
Into her neck.
into her neck. Yes.
It lets out a very light sigh kind of sound, like you can almost swear you can taste her dreams. It's a taste of home and a longing of nostalgia.
It's so delicious. It nourishes us.
And yeah, you can definitely get to 1 hunger from there.
So are you two are gonna try from the front door approach and knock on the?
Yep.
So
I'm gonna stand down the hall in case he runs.
there's an electronic lock. How do you want to surmount this obstacle?
Well, first I'll try knocking. I learned my lesson.
No being polite.
This is into the main entrance. Do you just want to knock loud enough that somebody inside can hear?
Oh, you mean the main entrance? Okay, I thought you meant his door specific. If it's the main entrance, I'll just bust the lock.
Okay, just with your normal strength or your supernatural strength?
Super strength will probably be a little quieter, cleaner break, if you know what I mean.
Okay. So,
and there goes my prowess. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm leaning my shoulder into the door, hand on the knob, and kind of trying to bend the door just enough to come out of the door jam.
You hear a pop. It could have been like a tire blowing out, or just a loud object just landing on the ground, but it's not anything that drew anybody's attention. The lock itself came off with the door, but you're in.
Yeah. It's a trick we used to use all the time, getting into old apartments and whatnot. All right, and then head on up to his apartment. Knock on the door when we get.
Yep. And this is where I get to use my Toreador charm.
I'll let you take the point on this.
So
Brilliant.
Jolene, after you feed, are you joining them in the hallway?
Yes, I will let myself out silently and join them.
Okay, that's for you there. Dr. Joseph Murray, are you also with them?
I'm going to be in the hallway, but I don't want to be at the door. I don't want to have 4 people he doesn't know calling him out and then just standing there. And in the event he does run after seeing these 3, I'd like to be down the way, at least, and able to intercept him.
Good. So you just knock on the door, is that correct?
Correct.
You hear a woman's voice. Enter.
Oh, jeez.
Were we expecting a woman?
I mouth to Bogdan. I'm like, woman? But no words.
I shrug and, I don't know. You think this is a trap?
You want to go, do you want to go first and I'll be behind you?
All right, I'll palm one of my knives, so in case anything goes down, I can use my unerring aim ability and just drop some food.
God, I love that ability.
So I'm gonna
stand by the doctor and I'll be like, hey, do you want some Cheetos?
Not from you, I'm sorry.
And I'm gonna enter.
You don't see any young gentleman, but sitting in a couch. It looks like she moved it. It's in a very unusual position in the room. Is this older, red-headed woman? Quite vibrant, however, despite her age and appearance. Hello, I've been expecting you.
You have?
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Tatiana Makarova. You may have heard of me, I'm not so sure. However, I know why you are here.
Do I recognize the name at all?
Are you familiar with the court politics?
I've been studying actively since I became a hound, yes.
There may be a couple times you've heard her name mentioned in association with a new vampire club. Not that she's a like putting it together, but that she is involved with.
When you say club, do you mean an actual nightclub or do you mean an organization?
A nightclub. Not like a
Is it...
book readers or anything like that. A nightclub. Blood will flow.
So another Blue Velvet.
That's correct.
And am I correct to assume you know who we are then?
Oh, you would be incorrect. Please introduce yourself, as I have. It's only polite.
Well, I am Father Michael O'Shea, Hound of Prince Jackson.
And I'm Bogdan Grigori.
Pleasure. So, you're here for the young one, yes?
Yes.
Correct.
Young Vitas. I have moved him. I respectfully request for your assistance. I'm sure you're very aware of why.
Are you his sire?
No. However, that's why I am here waiting for you. His sire, you see, Mr. Addison. Poor unfortunate fellow. So unfortunate. He was so promising. Don't worry, he was not my child. But I knew of him, well associated with him, but however, he is lost.
As in he's been put to the sun.
Oh no. He has given into his beast entirely. He is a white rampaging through the city. That would explain Elvis.
All right. We do need to find this newly sired kindred.
As well as put down the white.
Yeah, the white should take priority, of course.
Aye.
I will take you to Vitas. He been very confused and could use some guidance.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps one of us could be guidance for him while the other, or two of us. We should never travel alone. But two of us go there and the rest of us go to deal with the white.
I'll go after the white.
I think it's best if I go as well.
I'm a doctor. I'm probably better at me explaining stuff to him.
Oh, I didn't see you out there in the hallway. Please come in. You are welcome. What is your name,
Hello,
sir?
I am Dr. Joseph Murray.
And I'm Sparkles. Nice to meet you. Curtsy.
Oh, I didn't see you either. My eyesight must be going. It's a pleasure to meet you all.
Likewise.
Seems we have plenty to deal with this current situation now. So you said you wish to split up. You wish to seek Mr. Addison. I suppose that leaves the other two of you to join me and talk to Vitas.
Well, I'm not familiar with whites. How dangerous are they? What should we expect?
Whites are quite dangerous. You've probably experienced frenzy in your life, perhaps.
I'm sure most vampires have experienced that at some point, so I think we all have a yes as a basis.
Yeah, so you understand what terror that can be. Being a white means that you stay in that state forever.
Nice.
And sad to say, but some clans, when they go into that state, are more dangerous when in there than they are when they are alive. Woe be to anyone who runs across a gangrel white.
But also make sure to never underestimate any clan. State of friends.
Sounds like a fun bedtime story.
I assure you it will have a very sad ending.
Do you know what clan he is?
From my understanding, Mr. Addison, I am uncertain on this. I can't get that intimate quite yet.
Well, at least he won't be employing his magic against us while he's lost his mind.
Should we all go together, or do you think splitting up's still a good idea?
I think the Bogdan and I can handle it.
Okay.
I think we can always catch up to them later.
But shall we do hourly check-ins? Make sure that we're okay.
And do we have some way to track him to actually find out where he is?
I've lost track, Mr. Addison. The last I knew his whereabouts were in his own home, where I found young Vitus. But he is no longer there, and in his state, I can only imagine that you have to just follow the bodies.
So that might take you guys time to find him anyways.
Shall we get started then, Bogdan?
Yes.
You
Faster the better.
You wouldn't happen to have a police radio or anything, some way to track what the kind have been saying?
I'm sure I can find a way for us to tune in.
I have no doubt. You're endlessly resourceful.
I'll call up Shane and tell him see if he can find if our car has a police radio, or if he can.
Sir, Mr. Gregorian, I have to let you know there's something very troubling has happened. It appears all your resources have been frozen.
What?
I thought it was a mistake. I tried some credit cards and follow the standard procedure, make sure that everything was going through as usual, but appears there's some sort of government hold against all of your funds. I know that there's some emergency cash place, but now I think you're being targeted, sir.
Shit. How much cash do we have in the car?
About $2,000, I believe.
$2,000, fuck. Shit.
And we still have the 20 grand from the band.
We do, okay. There's cash in my apartment, and then I have a stash and a storage unit, but I'm sure that both the apartment and the storage unit have been raided. That's what this is a problem.
And one I'd be happy to help you with, but unfortunately we have higher priorities.
Yeah, we need to find the white, then then we can deal with it.
Okay, so Dr. Murray and I are on the way to finding said person.
He's here, isn't he?
Oh, I
No.
thought he was moved somewhere.
Yeah, Tatiana will take you. It's just a couple blocks away. She put him in a
okay.
safe house of hers. It's actually a very nice place. High-class apartment. Strange how the low-class apartments and the high-class apartments are just a couple blocks away from each other. You got that class clashing right there, but he's had this place
Do
for
we
quite a while.
need to move him, or is he okay there for now? Maybe we can just go introduce ourselves and check in on him for a little bit.
It's up to you. Tatiana.
We need to bring him to the court, right?
Yeah, but there's like the rape situation.
Yeah, that's true.
See, if I had it my way, we would just tie him to a bed or something, and he'll be fine.
I don't think he's a flea. He's not going to run away on us. It's just that because he's been turned, we have to submit him to the court or whatever the term is, so that way they can see who it is and introduce him.
Okay, so say we bring him to, say, Damien, and then Damien gets to babysit for us, and then we can deal with everything later.
I'm sure they'll be happy to do that. He might get to make Leia babysit him or something, but then we have a newbie babysit.
You think that's a good idea?
I'm not capital on good ideas at this point, but it might be our.
Okay, so I'm going to text Damien. Hey, we might be bringing someone in. Can he stay stashed with you for a little bit?
Who are you gonna bring in to me? What is this? I'm not a babysitter.
What's his name?
Vitus?
The new vampire guy was hounding. And we're gonna go run after a wraith now. So timing.
You found the fledgling? Yes, bring him in, absolutely.
That's a good idea then.
Okay, so let's just go escort this dude.
Alright, the apartment's very nice. Has like a teal accents, but a white base. Very old style furniture. She must have purchased it in the 70s. Vitus is in the corner, just sitting down, just trying to figure out his life. Oh, you've returned. Yes, this. Hi, are these your friends?
Hi, mister. My name is Sparkles, and this is my friend, Dr. Joseph Murray.
Oh, thank God, a doctor. My heart hasn't been beating. I haven't felt the pulse at all. Could you, is there some sort of medicine you can give me?
I'm afraid you've already been given the best medicine possible. I'm merely here to make sure it has taken effect and to explain what your life will be.
Let me do it. Nurse Sparkles.
Wait.
She's not a nurse.
Oh.
No license.
So out of George, I will take out a stethoscope and a popsicle stick.
Still not a nurse. It's probably a used popsicle stick from a popsicle.
Probably has a joke on it.
It's dyed orange halfway through with the joke.
So I'll put the medical mask on and some gloves, and I'll be like, say, ah.
No, close your mouth. That's not necessary. Stethoscope might be handy, but we could also take a pulse with literally any method.
What's wrong with me?
Nothing, actually.
What's wrong with you?
Okay,
that's why we got called in and why we is here.
Prescribe him candy.
Oh, I do have some sugar pills. Those might be really nice.
Can we at least explain things to him first and then give him the sugar pills before we give him to Dame?
Why don't you explain things to him as I pretend to check him like a nurse does, like take his vital signs and blood pressure thing.
Okay, that's a good idea. Go ahead and verify he is a vampire, and then I'll explain what that entails.
Doctor, I'm so sorry. Our patient doesn't have a pulse.
Okay, this isn't a game.
That's the problem. I mean, what's happening to me, or what happened to me? What's going on? Oh, poor baby.
So you were turned. We actually found that out through your blog post with everything that you described, and the symptoms correspond to a turning. And I can go into that, blah blah blah. No reason to
Turning.
go
What do
through
you
that
mean?
too much. Well, you're one of us now. You have contracted vampirism.
In
I'm
short,
not sure
we
about
need to escort you to another location, so if you'll please come with us.
Vampirism? Like in D
So
and D?
on the way there, we can explain everything and then answers to more answers and questions that you might be having.
Yeah, the nurse has a good point.
It is best you go with them, darling. Yeah, I guess. Your doctor? Okay, sure, yeah. Where are we going?
Great.
Hospital?
Nope. We're going to introduce you to the higher ups of this community. There's a bunch of rules that come with being a vampire. And I know it sounds ridiculous.
We should stop by the hospital afterwards to get supplies.
Wait, a vampire? You gotta be kidding me.
I mean, I know it sounds ridiculous, and I'm not
Our
sure.
doctor does house calls.
Yeah. In Chicago, that sounds ridiculous. I'm not sure how I can prove it to you very well. I mean, you don't have a heartbeat. I mean, that should be proof enough. You ate a rat because you were craving blood. So, I mean, it's kind of shown what it is without us having to really prove it to you.
Wow, this is blowing my mind. Oh man, I can't wait to get on my blog again and tell everybody.
Okay, about the blog, we'll explain on the way, but we need to make haste because there are some dangerous forces at work here.
Yes, the person who turned you has gone white.
Meow. We need to go.
I think I've gone white too. I mean, look how pale my skin is.
Okay, we gotta move fast, Doctor. Our patient.
No, I know. We can be moving while I'm saying all this, but we drive while talking.
Okay, so you go to Damien?
Yeah. So it's white, W-I-G-H-T, not white, W-H.
Oh, okay, I get it. So it's like D&D, like I said. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, like a monster white. Pretty much, he's gone hungry.
White Walkers,
which has
Game of Thrones. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, I really like Game of Thrones. That's like one of the most awesome things. But now I think my new favorite is this other guy. He's got white hair. And yes, The Witcher. He's my favorite.
Oh, does that have vampires in it too?
Oh, he certainly could be a vampire.
We're getting off that.
All right, so you approach Damien at a preset location. One of his.
I imagine, yeah, somewhere secure.
Yeah, one of his secure houses. So is this the fledgling?
It is, and we haven't explained very much to him. He understands fantasy concepts, if that makes it easier for him to understand. If you want to explain things to him while we go after his sire, he's a white. He's been confirmed.
I don't think we need to say much. Pretty much an open and shut case. We'll take it from here.
Okay, have a good evening, Mr. Damien. Bye,
I don't care.
We will be back. But Mr. Damien will look after you for now. We have to track down some other paranormal activity.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll listen. I mean, what else? What other choice do I have? Tatiana looks uneasy. Dr. Joseph Murray, were you saying something out of character?
Did I miss something? Don't all new recruited who are recruited forcibly get a trial and get explained and everything?
Yes, but sometimes a trial is more of a notification.
Oh, okay.
It also usually waits until Elysium.
So Tatiana looks uneasy, which means we should probably stick around. Oh, I thought she was with the other group.
She's with you, I believe.
Yeah, because she had to show us how to get to him in the first place.
I know, but we could have gotten from him to take him to Damien without her. But if she wanted to stay, that's fine too. Okay, but so since she's with us, then okay, I guess we could stay for a little bit.
Were you aware that the person who sired him has gone white?
No. That compounds the situation. We'll have to.
Yeah, we were informed that Mr. Addison has gone white. The other two have gone to tracking him. We're going to join up with them and figure out what's going on as soon as possible.
Yeah, you do that. This might put us on high alert. We got to make sure that this white's taken out.
Mm-hmm. So we just want to make sure that's taken in consideration for Mr. Vitas's situation here.
Absolutely. Two of the junior hounds escort Vitas away. Harness. And speaking of tracking the white, Nigel and Harry, what method are you implementing to track said white?
Well, it seems that my normal method of paying Nosferatu to locate them is not going to function, so police scanner time, I guess.
Okay, do you just have a police scanner? Or are you just going to use your petty cash to purchase one?
I'm sure we can pick up a police scanner from like a pawn shop or something for a pretty low price.
Yep.
I could do a bird's eye view of the area and see where people are running from.
Okay, you can go ahead and do that. Harry's picking up a police scanner. Easy enough to acquire. Shane's sticking with you. It's not like he's going to say like, oh, credit cards are frozen, bye. He's a loyal companion.
Okay, brilliant.
He knows you'll figure it out.
I will.
Does he know you're a vampire? Yeah.
I haven't made it explicitly clear, and I've tried to not breach the masquerade, but I'm sure he knows something.
All right. Well, no hunger gain on the going bird's eye.
You don't see anything that's drawing your attention. If you go up high enough, things are kind of small too, but you're not seeing anything that is very clear an emergency. You see a couple cop cars go by, but it doesn't look like anything major is going down.
I don't think he's in this immediate area. Perhaps he's moved.
Yeah. Do I have any luck with the police scanner at all?
Sure. I'm gonna come up with a roll for you, but first let's take a quick 5-minute break.
Absolutely.
So everyone at home will be back in about 5 minutes, and we will resolve tracking down this white. Thank you. See you then. Hello, and welcome back to Blood City, a Chicago Chronicle. We were just trying to track down a white. His character Bogdan Gregorian, just using a police scanner. So please make a technology or streetwise roll, plus intelligence to try to track it down.
That'll just be flat intelligence for me, oh boy.
See if you can figure out how to use
2
this device.
dice.
Zero successes. You can't figure out how to get this damn device to work. Got all these knobs, like twisting them around.
Oh man. Father, you have any luck?
Well, I haven't seen anything right away in the immediate area. Perhaps if I bounce around a little bit.
Yeah, do what you need.
Okay. So if you're bouncing around a bit, you're gonna need to make some extra rouse rolls. However, I will let you roll. Is it awareness? Yes.
Wits awareness?
Yeah, roll wits awareness to try to see if you can spot anything unusual as you just dart around the darkness trying to search your way through the city, bouncing from shadow to shadow.
4 successes. And how many rouse rolls would you like?
Just one, because that's a high number of successes.
Got a success on the rouse roll. I am doing great.
Are you projecting your... Does it project all of your senses, or do you choose one?
It's as if I'm standing in both places at once.
Great, that's what I thought. You see... out of a shadow, you see into somebody's window, and you can hear them frantically calling 911, saying that someone's broken into their apartment and attacked their father.
All right. I've got something. We need to move quick.
Brilliant. And which direction?
I start hauling as fast as my prowess and powered butt can handle it.
I try to keep up. Well, actually, I can easily keep up. I have 4 dots in celerity.
Oh, yeah. I'm the only way I'm faster than the average bear is by leaping over things. And that's not soaring leap, that's just I'm really strong.
I'm actually gonna activate celerity to see if I can run just like the Flash to get to where I'm going.
Okay.
Just gonna give a rouse check for that. God damn it.
Your gain. No big deal though. You're
At least that wasn't me.
For once now, my dice rolls are really...
So you're able to make it there in time to hear the blood-curdling scream of the person's father as he's being torn into by this wild white.
Oh shit, okay. Can I see the white now?
Yes, following the path of destruction, see a broken down door, totally messed up apartment, right in the middle, behind a turned over couch, the blood-soaked carpet with this feral white just going nuts.
Now, did we steal a steak from the hunters at one point, or do I just have my knife?
We all have stakes.
Brilliant. I'm going to activate Unerring Aim, and I'm going to throw the stake right into this white's heart.
Okay. Well, Unerring Aim, could you read the description of what that does?
Yes, Unerring Aim essentially is a combination of celerity and auspex, and I make a rouse roll, and it essentially means I move faster than basically anybody could comprehend and throw or shoot something at a target. It makes it so that their opposition dice pool isn't. The difficulty to hit is 1, and everything else is bonus damage. So it's very powerful.
Please be aware.
Unless the opponent has celerity 5.
Yes.
Very good point. Also, to stake somebody for our viewers is called a called shot, which means that from the successes he rolls, he has to subtract 2 successes. And he needs at least 5 in order to be able to stake.
So it's Dex, Athletics, Celerity to throw the stake with Unerring Aim?
No, just Dex and Athletics.
Okay, brilliant.
And while he's rolling that, I'm going to turn to the girl who called 911 and hit her with...
I'll give a rouse check for that, too.
Forget everything you saw here.
Her face drops. She looks at the phone, turns it off. Confused why she's there.
Tell 911 that everything is fine.
Everything's fine.
Hang up the phone.
Proceeds to hang up the phone.
Go away.
She goes to her room, just walking past this huge situation. So that hits but doesn't stake. Is that my correct interpretation?
Yeah, it's 3 successes minus 2. That's only 1.
But it does take damage and can't resist the damage, right? So that's
Correct. Could I spend a willpower to reroll 2 of those failed dice?
You may.
Brilliant. I'll mark that off. And so then I'll reroll. Here it is. Okay.
Nothing extra.
Jesus.
Paraduces.
Dice hate me.
Sadly, I gotta wait for the next round to do anything.
Okay, you definitely have the white's attention since you threw a stake into it. Not quite reaching its heart, however, it was so deft that it made its way between 2 ribs. And it is now making a beeline for you with claws protracted.
Father?
I would like to try to restrain it with shadow tentacles.
Okay, go ahead and make that roll. In the meantime, Bogdan, you are being engaged in melee, so you wish to try to dodge or fight it back?
I'm going to dodge using my using my celerity power, the rapid reflexes. So basically what this power does is it allows me to react incredibly quickly to dodge more effectively.
Okay. And does that just add extra dodge bonuses?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, it's gonna make a melee attack.
My tentacles will not go into effect till next round, but they got 6 successes for when they do.
God damn.
and my hunger increased. For those watching, a bunch of shadowy hands or tentacles, if you will, are crawling along the ground and then up the white to restrain him. Ooh, that looks like it's gonna hurt.
So, wait, what exactly do I need to roll to avoid getting whacked?
Athletics, dodge.
Dexterity, athletics, plus celerity.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
exactly.
nice. That's a pretty big dice pool. That's 7 plus, that's 11 dice.
Nice.
Assuming you use the rouse roll to activate the...
Yes.
What's your hunger at now?
I hit the rouse button 3 times. I'll take the worst one of those rolls, so now my hunger's at 4.
Hunger's at 4? Wow.
Which means you have to do a frenzy check.
Yeah, with all this blood around.
Oh, shit. What's the difficulty?
2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Frenzy restrained. Okay, so a dodge completely negates because it was a dodge, not combat. And we'll presume it's the next round, and the tentacles are attempting to restrain the white, correct?
Yep.
Oh, by the way, while all this combat's going on, Damien has made it very clear that he is quite certain that Vitus will be put down.
From
Oh no.
previous situations, do we know why? Or did he explain why he is going this route instead of like Leia, where he gave her a chance?
No, but he will be presenting this case to Prince Jackson, and he expects you all to show up there. Anyway,
Okay.
Since I broke the tension of the combat, let's go back to the tension of the combat. What happened? Sorry.
He gets to do a dodge check, or technically it's either dodge or brawl as it decides.
Oh, it's definitely brawl.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually burn a willpower to try to get an even better roll.
Okay.
Because I see this as very important. So make that 8 successes.
8 successes? That's a failure with a beast, so you have it restrained. The creature is surrounded by these shadowy tentacles. It is currently in a position where it can't move. The stake is still sticking out of its ribcage. Bogdan, do you want to do something in this?
I'm gonna give that stake a good hard shove to get it into the heart.
Okay, let's consider this... Are you just gonna, like, pound it with your hand?
Yeah.
You may make a standard, like, melee attack or brawl. Either one, brawl or melee. Plus your strength, and I'll, because of the momentum, I'll let you add your celerity bonus. And since you already had some successes, I'm gonna account for that as it stake reaches the heart.
Okay. So not great, but not terrible either.
Combined with the previous, it's a total of 5.
Yeah. That should take care of it. You got it close enough where, need a little bit of extra nudging, but you got it firmly into the heart. Now you have a staked kindred. Shadow tentacles holding it into place as you narrowly try to get in there. Its fangs retract.
All right, let's get this guy out of here.
His feral countenance also fades away. Appears more corpse-like. Older man, probably in his late 60s. Grayish hair. In a bathrobe. You realize that now. Kind of sad seeing just an old man dead, stake through his heart. But then again, it's also sad to see the freshly killed man in the living room, all the turned over furniture.
Yep.
We'll have to clean up all of this, but I could deal with the corpses and get rid of them.
All right, Father. I'm gonna go see if I can talk to the prince about his about the, his sire, or his child, I guess you could call him. Then I'm gonna see what I can do about, my assets. Yes,
Right.
and we need to be fast. There will be cops here very soon.
First, I'm going to put down the white, not just stake him, but he's in torpor currently. I'm killing him. He's a corpse. Second of all, I'm then going to activate my lore sheet, which is, I'm a descendant of Montana, which is one of the eldest of the La Sombra. It allows me to, once per story, activate a power I don't actually have, that is Oblivion. As I lay a hand on both corpses, I activate Ashes to Ashes.
All right, and that gets rid of their bodies, right?
Yes, it does. It's a stamina plus Oblivion.
Oh yes, before I go, I'm going to go and take a couple dots from the woman who called the police.
And with 5 successes, the corpses disappear instantaneously.
Nice.
No evidence behind.
No bodies. What about the blood that soaked into the carpet?
Unfortunately, I do have potence going, so I can just yank the carpet up. Yeah, I'll leave it the roll of carpet.
Even with a bloody roll of carpet. And Bogdan is sinking his fangs into the formerly frightened daughter.
Just 2 dots, yep.
Take 2 dots, puts her to sleep. To wake up and be like, Dad? Dad? Where are you? Why is the carpet gone?
Yeah.
For those interested, the ability I just used to get rid of the corpses is in the Blood Gods manuscript, which just went through Kickstarter.
I highly recommend purchasing it. It's an amazing product.
Yes.
Are you, Bogdan, are you informing your coterie about what's happened?
Yeah, I'll send a text message that we've handled the white, and I'm on my way to talk with the prince.
Wow, that was quick work.
They're efficient.
No more skilled than you are, Sparkles.
On the contrary, I think George has all the skill here.
You have the skill, he has the style.
He does have the style.
Alright, so you're all now summoned to appear in front of the prince.
All right.
Again.
Well, well, well. If it isn't the up-and-comer coterie, as we've come to call you, you've been making a lot of noise recently, and most of it good, which speaks highly of you all.
We're happy to be of service to you and to the city of Chicago.
I see. Sheriff Damien, please bring in the fledgling. Got it, boss. Vitus is brought forward. Shame. Damien? You know what to do.
Hold up. This isn't right.
Never is.
He didn't have any control over this. What you're doing is murder.
What I'm
We
doing
handled
is
the one who
justice.
made... Justice for what?
Justice for breaking the mask.
He didn't even know about the masquerade. This guy, this guy asked Dr. Murray for any medicine that could restart his heart. He didn't even know what he was.
All the more reason we force the masquerade.
Or perhaps all the more reason that we should take him under our wing instead of just killing him.
I'm not sure how many exceptions I can make for you. Are you willing to take this one under your wing as well?
If it means stopping you from committing murder, then yes.
Murder, you say?
I do say.
Okay. Let's say I do give you this, once again, this boon for you to look after yet another wayward fledgling. Will you act as if you were its sire? Will you be responsible if it breaches the masquerade? Will you be responsible if it is caught?
As was the case last time, yes.
So, it has come to my attention that you've actually become known to the Second Inquisition.
So it would seem.
Are you going to resolve this matter as well?
I believe it is within my power to do so at some point.
So, you're going to look after this fledgling, bring it up in our ways, and deal with the Second Inquisition at the same time. Is that what you expect me to believe?
Yes. I'm not going to let you kill him.
Deeply into your eyes. I need you to make a persuasion composure roll.
Ah, shit. Oh.
Very well. However, know this, you now owe me a boon.
Sounds fair.
If you don't resolve this matter of you bringing the attention of the Second Inquisition to your existence, that will be considered a full breach of the matter. You will resolve this without our assistance, and you will resolve this by next week. They will have been fully mistaken, and you will either be dead or free of their ire.
I guess that's a challenge. Sounds like well, I guess I need to get to work.
Tatiana is also present. Lets out a sigh of relief. She was clearly frightened that Vites was about to be executed.
Well, Prince, I'll see you next week, hopefully when this is all resolved.
My judgment has been pronounced. All responsibility lies on Bogdan's head. This meeting is now adjourned.
That didn't go as bad as I thought it would.
Didn't go great.
You put it on your head, not all of us. So it's pretty okay.
Bogdan,
Yeah, I think that goes for our whole group, actually.
Okay, here's the
regardless of-
plan. We need to fake a public appearance during the day.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
what did he mean by the Second Inquisition is come to know you?
Well, my assets have been frozen. I suspect that all my safe houses, my apartment have been compromised. I'm broke.
Out of character. So what use are you?
Yeah, 5 points.
God damn. I mean, I can take a tally of the jewelry I'm wearing, see if I can sell that off, but right now,
Well, the money is not nearly as important as your life. The simple
agree.
fact is, did you leave behind any evidence or something for them to find if they were to seize your safe houses?
there shouldn't be anything.
No blood bags or random.
No, we got rid of those after I ate one and it made me vomit, so they shouldn't be able to find those.
That's good, and rather convenient we had solved that issue with your ex as well. She could possibly reveal you as well.
Yeah. So they won't find the ghost. They won't find blood. Now we need to make a public appearance. Somehow I need to be able to either step into sunlight or make it look like I'm stepping into sunlight. We're gonna need lights, lots of them. We're gonna
And
need
a green screen.
maybe what we could do is we could stage this outside one of my stores. Lights, a crowd, we could get extras. We would need them sworn to secrecy though. That would be difficult.
Just have them sign something, say it's for a movie or something.
Yes, that's probably a good idea.
Ooh, I know all about movies.
But we'd have to make sure that the Second Inquisition didn't show up to the shoot and see what I was trying to do.
Perhaps you could fund a movie for the kids over at Sparkle's Theatre. And then, as long as you're not outside, you could be greeting the kids, perhaps, wear a clown wig or something and do balloon animals.
No, but that draws unnecessary attention.
But it's during the
we
day.
can always We can always go hunt the hunters.
Yeah, but
You guys are overcomplicating this.
no. But they have my assets frozen. If we go and kill a bunch of hunters, my assets will still be frozen. They need to be unfrozen by the end of, or by next week.
So essentially, you have to be dead, maybe.
We could
If we kill
certainly
the-
fake my death.
If we kill the hunters, it'll confirm their suspicions, and they'll just send more and more until he's finally dead.
Yeah, because the hunters are a whole organization, right? It's like saying the Vatican. You're not actually killing the Vatican. It's the whole Catholic Church.
Do you think about killing the Catholic Church often?
I'm a doctor, yes.
Unless we get the guy who's in charge of the hunters.
To the Pope!
I have a feeling that's not going to be an easy task.
It's never
Shit.
easy. But here, look.
Shit.
So if we can, get some light on that organization and open up an actual investigation on them, then everything that they've frozen and everything that they've worked so hard, it will all go back to everybody.
Maybe. I mean, that's an idea.
Maybe, but they're operating on a deeper level than we possibly could have. Embedded with government and all that stuff. I have the feeling that just going after them or trying to get an investigation in them would only draw more attention.
Not to mention they're embedding in multiple governments, so we all heard what happened in London.
Yeah.
I think better when George is on top of my head.
I think the appearing during the day might be our best bet.
Or fake the death. I think those are our two bets.
Yeah, but if I fake my death, my assets are unfrozen, and then there's a bunch of activity on my accounts, that will raise suspicion.
Do you have an heir named?
I do not.
Or trust fund.
Well, it looks suspicious if you named one now, but especially right before we kill you.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think Sunlight's the best option then.
So how do we organize this daylight appearance?
How fast can you achieve Golconda?
Oh, I don't think within the next week.
That's a cool quest arc. Achieve Golconda just to fake your...
1 week to achieve Golconda.
just to trick hunters.
That sounds like a very good movie, and I'm pretty sure Will Smith would be the star.
Absolutely. Bogdan, you receive a call from Shane.
What is it?
There's a gentleman that contacted me. He said his name was Agent Edwards. He said he wants to talk to you.
All right. When does he want to talk?
He said you can meet him down at Rose's Diner on the corner of 5th and Wellington.
Now?
I believe he might be involved with the money or assets being frozen.
Yeah, I suspect that as well, but... Guys, what do you think I should do? We've got
Find
an
Mr.
agent.
Meatsy and transform your little friend there.
Fuck. We have an agent wanting to meet with me. Well, I'm dead if I don't solve this, and maybe I can lay on the charm heavy.
We should let Damien know.
Fuck.
I know Prince said he's not giving us any resources, but at the same time, if we know where a hunter's going to be, we should definitely let them know.
If the prince arranges an ambush then, for the hunters, then I'm going to be in trouble, because the hunters are going to get whacked, and all suspicion is going to be on me.
All right.
You guys can stay in the car and be backup. But
Not
I
to
think I
mention,
need to handle this myself.
he'd most likely send a hound, which means me.
Alright. Shane, come pick me up. I guess we're going to the...
Right away, sir. So do you go alone, is that correct?
Yes, although I would encourage my friends to come in the car.
I can be invisible and hang out.
Okay. Little sparkles.
Just in case there's some funny business, I'll be behind him.
And I'm going to project my senses so that I'm, sensing things like I'm sitting next. There's always shadows somewhere.
Yeah, you can be under the table. A little awkward, but you know.
What has been seen cannot be unseen.
And Dr. Joseph Murray, what are you going to be doing during the meantime?
I want to flip through my notes. I remember there's a ritual that I know that allows me to make a bloodstone. That is a GPS homing beacon, essentially, that I can maybe place on him or on his vehicle. And maybe worst case scenario or best case scenario, if the meeting goes at least neutral, we can then track him to where he is.
Pretty solid idea.
I need to find out notes on it.
Right, so Bogdan, do you enter the diner?
Yeah, I do. This is so no.
At this time of night, the diner's mostly empty. There is one individual, clean-shaven, short brown hair, wearing a tailored suit, all black tie, sitting on the end, with his back to you.
I'll announce myself before entering.
How do you do that? What do you say?
I'm just gonna kind of acknowledge him, just like Agent. What was the name again? Agent.
Is that what you say out loud, or are you asking me?
I'm asking what the name was again. What the agent's name?
Agent Stevenson.
Agent Stevenson.
Does not turn around. He says, "Please have a seat."
All right. I'll sit down, look him right in the eyes. I assume you're responsible for the $2.1 billion in assets that have been frozen?
Well, I can't take all the credit.
So what's this about? I pay my taxes. Everything's above board.
Oh, I'm not from the IRS, sir. What we need to do is an audit, however. But I don't care about your... We've been following you for quite some time. We've decided to be forthright this time. Be honest with it. We know you're part of a selective group of individuals. Call them blank bodies. Hopefully that term does not offend.
No.
We have interests in your kind. We would like to know more about you.
And if I cooperate?
Well then, leave you alone. Right now, it's a matter of national security, and I think you know why.
I can't say I do. I can see why this would be a concern for law enforcement, but national security, no, I don't see it.
Well, that's one way to play it. I'm
not trying to play you.
Well,
at best, this is small scale.
let's say we've been following you for quite some time, and we more probably stand.
All right.
Vites. That name mean anything to you?
Vites. That name. I've heard it before, I think. Yes?
Nightwalker blog?
Oh. That, yeah. Rings a bell.
I heard that, he's caused you some trouble. I would like to resolve all of our matters between you and I, and of course, for patriots.
I would too. But what do I have to do to... What do I have to do?
3 things. 1, do not tell any of your fellows about our contact. Maintain contact. 2, I want you to be available if you catch my drift. Then I think we'll have a working relationship. And 3, please hand Vitus over to us. We will make sure that he... don't worry that concern to you. We will not harm experimenter that. We believe he'll be in better hands with First Light. He hands you a card. Just says First Light on it.
All right. So this is resolved.
That's simple. Stay in communication with us. We don't discuss our business with anyone else. Other. Hand over the blank body.
I'd offer you my business card, but I'm sure you already know my number.
Indeed, we do.
It's been a pleasure. You'll be in my apartment.
All right, we'll send some men over.
And I'll go back to the car.
All good?
He stays there, finishes his coffee. What are the rest of you
And
doing?
once the door to the car closes, I'm just gonna yell, "Fuck!" and I'm gonna punch a hole in one of the seats.
I assume everything didn't go all right, sir.
You're gonna be getting paid again soon. But we have problems.
Perhaps you can be a double agent if you choose not to turn stool.
Father, I don't think I have an option.
I think this situation could be very useful.
You know, if we hand over the fledgling, perhaps there's a way we could track the fledgling and where First Light takes him. Get some valuable information.
Oh, can we
That's a
wipe
good
his memory? Can you make it so he doesn't remember anything?
That might be beyond the limits of my power.
Maybe beyond
need
your
my-
powers, but maybe someone else can do it.
Doctor, you mentioned the bloodstone earlier.
They didn't say he needed to be alive and functioning, right? He could be...
I put my life on the line for him already. I'm not gonna throw his life away right now.
If First Light turns him, makes him work against us in any way, shape, or form, your life is forfeit in the eyes of the Prince.
I'm fully aware of that. Father, I know where your loyalties lie, but I trust that this will remain between us.
You haven't done anything yet. And frankly, if they're going to put him out into the sun anyway, I don't see the harm in it. He's already been a masquerade breach, and I haven't seen him show any form of faith that he wants to learn. Just a hope and a dream.
All right. So, Doctor, can you make that bloodstone?
Not without 3 days' notice. I mean, I can start the process now, and then if you want to set up an exchange in 3 days, I can do it.
I will set up I'll do it in 3. I'll
Okay.
call the number immediately and say, I'm going to need 3 days.
Why don't
Okay.
you say a week?
I'd rather have this all resolved before the deadline.
Yeah, because the deadline's in a week. That's a good point.
Yep. 3 days time.
Your terms are acceptable.
Brilliant, thank you.
You know, way back when in Derry, we found that it was useful to control the information we fed to England. And perhaps we could do something similar here. If they think they've got you on a leash, perhaps you can tug them around just as well.
Maybe. Maybe.
So what's the ritual consist of, Dr. Murray?
Standard. Have to take some blood from me. Takes 1 hour a night every 3 nights. And then it makes a stone that I have to make an intelligence and blood sorcery. It's very easy roll. It might as well not. Makes a tracking device that lasts about.
Lost audio on you, Zoom.
Test.
All right, so you want to reconvene over at Bogdan's place and probably explain what's going on, individual Vitus, and conduct said ritual?
Maybe we
Not at
shouldn't go to Bogdan's place yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that place is under watch. We can go to one of my stores and they have safe houses there, but
No,
odds are they...
I think any of your assets is
Yeah,
bad.
all my shit's compromised, so Sparkles, your theater.
I think the crypt would be a good place.
That's also a good idea.
And it's a good place for rituals.
True.
And there's tunnels so that they don't exactly see that we're entering through the crypt. We can enter through the sewers and then go into the crypt from there.
Good thinking. There is a possibility this car has been bugged. Shane, if you could do me a favor and dispose of it once we've exited.
Very good, sir.
Maybe Shane should take a little vacation for a little while.
Yeah, you should probably give me some distance. I'll just give you some paid leave.
Hold on.
Take a break, and
Hold
I'll
on.
contact you. Yes?
I'm going to turn to Shane and hit him with Dominate real quick. Thought just. But I'm going to tell him to forget. So it wipes out our whole conversation from his memory. And for the next few minutes, he's going to not be able to form any new memories. And while he's in the fog, I'm going to say, what if he's the bug?
Son of a bitch. He wouldn't.
You never know. I mean, Ireland had brother versus brother for years because of what the English did to us. And
Father,
we were much closer.
can you get him to tell us if he is? That Dominate thing you do.
Unfortunately, Dominate cannot get him to tell his knowledge, but if there's something, I guess
Oh,
I turn
I
to,
have an idea. We can tie him to a massage table and put needles under his fingernails, and then you can make him forget after.
Sparkles.
At a game, there's some stains there.
But then we'll know if he's lying or.
I turn to Shane and I use Dominate. Point out any bugs that you know of or anything that's a listening device.
He looks around. See any bugs?
I can't get him to talk about knowledge, but I can get him to point out stuff like that.
See if you can get him to call an Inquisition agent or a handler of some kind.
Hand Bogdan your phone and unlock it, including any secret folders that are on it.
He hands Bogdan his phone. No secret
Gonna
folders.
look through. Okay. I'm gonna look through for the same number that I was given, or anything similar, or anything suspiciously labeled.
He doesn't have. He received a call from that number today, but it was the first time.
All right, that's consistent. I think he's clean. If he is hiding something, then he's doing a good job of it.
I'm telling you, I have acupuncture needles. We can stick him, and I can go bing.
Please don't torture my personal assistant.
No, but I'm helping. I'm giving you ideas. I haven't done anything yet. And I'm just saying, I had some piano wire, and then...
Ideas and nightmares.
So on piano wire and needle torture, we have to end our session. Thank you for joining us.
Oh boy.
At Blood City. We will resolve this interesting interaction with First Light next time. Thank you very much, and have a good night. Bye, everybody.
All right, people, take care. Bye-bye.
Have a good one.